for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, Saa'dia. You know, I'm so excited about this awesome woman of God, this awesome professional woman here. Saa'dia, first of all, we got to give honor to your family. Thank you so much for being with us today. Got to give honor to your awesome brother, Mr. Stephen Walker, who put us together through another network, ladies and gentlemen. So we thank God for Brother Stephen. Brother Stephen, we take our hats off to you. You got a beautiful, awesome, brilliant, and all the above sister. Sister Saa'dia.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for that as well. Hey, good guys, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan. Guess what we do? We bring in powerful people, just like yourself,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, that has something to say and something to take you to another level. So Saa'dia, we are so excited. And Saa'dia, what we always do is give our guests an opportunity just to greet the people, you know, whatever you want to say. There's so much going on the planet, ladies and gentlemen, a lot going on today, Saa'dia, with our families, individuals, government. You can talk about it all day, but we're not going to deal with that today. But Saa'dia, anything you'd like to say to the network as we get started on Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan? Bless you.
You know, I just wanted to let you know that there's still hope. You know, a lot of things are going on right now in the world, and
Yes.
mental health has always been my number one concern. And so even though I'm here to talk about business, we care about the individual. And if you need assistance, reach out. Your mental health is nothing to tarry about, nothing to put on the back burner. It's important for you, your family, your finances, whether you own a business. Sometimes we can't give our all because we're going through a lot. We're feeling heavy. So don't be afraid to reach out if you need help.
Amen. Thank you so much, Saa'dia, for those opening comments there. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, times are of an essence where we have to grow up. We have to get into areas, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to push you forward. So our segment today with Saa'dia, ladies and gentlemen, is going to involve the business person, right? Businesswoman, businessman. We want to talk about business, whether you have a LLC, you have a corporation, and all the other ones that I don't know about right now. But if you have any type of business, and Saa'dia can help us out on that. But any type of business, guys, we want you, if you're getting ready to start a business, right, you're going to need professional help, no doubt about it. So you're going to need a CPA, a certified public accountant that knows the business. Also keeps up to date, Saa'dia, in everything of the business as well. And Saa'dia has a beautiful resume, ladies. I'm going to read that before we release her to that vote. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome again, Saa'dia J.W. Douglas, CPA, MBA, and CICA as well. Her wonderful website, guys, you can go there right now, right there. There you go, right there. I want you guys to put that in there. That's where it's at. I want you to go there right now for the business owners and for those who want to be a business owner. So Prosperity Financial Services, LLC. Let's talk about Miss Saa'dia for a minute. Miss Douglas, Mrs. Douglas is the CEO of Prosperity Financial Services, LLC.
That's right.
She mentioned that, whose vision is to help individuals and business owners obtain financial freedom. Amen for that, Saa'dia. Prosperity Financial Services, LLC offers consulting services. You got to call her today. Tax and IRS solution services, life insurance, amen. Investment policies, and business services, ladies and gentlemen, including business formation. We're going to talk about that. Financial strategies, talk about that. Bookkeeping services as well. Ms. Douglas is a certified public accountant. I'm going to stop here and say one of the best on the planet. I love it. She's with her BSBA and her MBA in accounting. Wow. Saa'dia is a member of the AICPA and BSCPA and the Richmond Association of Government Accountants. I'm gonna stop here and say you cannot know or divulge her location right now because it's top secret. She'll have to tell you where she's at. Amen. Right. She'll have to tell you where she's at right now. So the Richmond, you got a little clue here, but the Richmond Association of Government Accountants, she's part of that and served as president of the Richmond chapter. She has established nonprofits and has served on several boards. Amen. She has a wealth of information, ladies and gentlemen. Lastly, Ms. Douglas has been in business for over 20 plus years. I know she looks like she's in her 20s right now, so I love it. And has served the chief financial officer for 2 multi-million-dollar organizations. See, that's what we talk about on Power Connection. You get the best, we bring the best to you, ladies and gentlemen. She is responsible for financial and strategy planning, forecasting, budgeting, financial and human capital management, and capital projects. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ms. Saa'dia Douglas again to Power Connections. Thank you so much, Saa'dia.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Well, Saa'dia, let's talk about a little bit about business today. What's your thoughts about business, positioning yourself in business today? Let's start off with that. What's your thoughts about positioning ourselves in business today?
I think the coronavirus really put us in a position where we all were able to see the weaknesses
Yes.
that were hidden within our organizations.
Yes, ma'am.
We had to pivot if we were going to survive. And so I really do believe that positioning ourselves for success is important. We found out that, maybe we weren't ready with technology or staffing. And within the market, the competitors are there. Unfortunately, we saw so many small businesses not survive the pandemic, which is very unfortunate. And I also think that it's important for us to really look at the space that we're in.
Yes.
And determine if we're operating at peak, 100%. My goal is to help my clients and to have financial freedom, whether that is within the personal realm of their finances or within the business. I feel like it's very important that we can't get our message out, that we can't leave a legacy for our children unless we're financially free.
Yes.
So for me, that has been a big part of what I've been doing for the last 20 plus years.
Yes. Yes.
Teaching people how to be financially free. I remember years ago, I used to do a budget workshop within the church to, my friends and parishioners, how to budget our money, because, we want to be good stewards over our money. And you can't be a good steward. You cannot be good financially if you're not sure of what's going on in your own accounts, right?
Yes. Yes.
And today we're so fortunate that we all have these apps where we can manage our money on the apps daily. People don't even remember when you used to have to call up for your transactions and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I recommend having a household budget and a business budget.
Yeah.
So for me, my main concern right now is that people are become financially free. We've seen what can happen when we are not prepared, when we don't have savings set aside. And we need to right now get prepared for what's going to happen in this next year.
Absolutely, Saa'dia. That's powerful. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connection with Kevin Vaughan and my special guest, ladies and gentlemen, from up north there. I'm in Georgia, Saa'dia J.W. Douglas, ladies and gentlemen. That's powerful. Saa'dia, you brought something up that we need to talk about a little bit, is that things are going to happen. And what happens if this happens again? Not necessarily the pandemic, but what happens is a shutdown? We got some predictions that some stuff's going to happen in the real estate area, the money area. Saa'dia, please help us a little bit on a little preparation that we should be thinking about, because stuff will happen again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that for many Americans, they might have spent their savings already. The pandemic lasted much longer. I mean, none of us were prepared for us to be shut down for almost a year.
Nope.
And a lot of people lost their jobs. They were relying on unemployment. And thankfully, the federal government stepped up and gave a boost to the unemployment because families were really suffering. The food stamp program stepped up because the kids were going to be home all day. So they gave families extra food stamps to make sure their children would eat, because they weren't at school for warm meals. And, they also had the rent assistance program to help those people who rent their apartment or home so that you can stay in your home if you fell behind. I know anyone that's connected with my page, if they went out all during the pandemic, every resource I found, I pushed it out on Facebook, right?
Yes, yes.
And so for the next year, a lot of people are in the recovery mode.
Yes.
Right. And so if they are in the recovery mode, they still have to figure out, how do I catch up, but put some money to the side, because unfortunately, lumber prices are going up. We have a housing boom right now, but as soon as the moratorium on evictions is lifted, there might be people who, hundreds of thousands of people who will be displaced.
Yes.
And that unfortunately will usher in some other economic issues, an economic downturn. And I know that Biden right now is, looking to do the right thing. You do spend us out of that. That is exactly how you do it. There is a fine line between spending us out of a downturn as well as putting too much in the market for inflation.
Right.
I honestly don't think we're there. We are really at a point that if America is going to survive and be the number one power company, financially in the world, then we need to continue to do what we are, which is encouraging Americans to spend.
Yes.
Just because, when you get that pandemic money, relief money,
Right.
some people put it to the side, but a great deal spent it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
kudos, thank you for spending that money. I was one who did put it to the side. But those who spent, you're keeping
Right.
America going. Small businesses
Right.
small businesses have kept America going. I mean, big business pretty
Yeah.
much had to, shut down. They couldn't see people. They were
Right.
carrying their employees
Yeah.
with the PPP loans, and it was just major.
Yeah.
And so, one thing that has shown in our economic downturn is that it really has been the small business, the middle people,
Yes.
who have kept America going, and we've propped it up forever.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we're the group that pays taxes.
Yeah.
We don't get to be the 1% and figure out a way to avoid it. We still pay our fair share, which is where our government gets the money.
Absolutely.
So in preparation for this upcoming year, please try to control your spending, making sure that you spend in the right places, right?
Absolutely.
And you want to eat out, but not too much. You just don't want to go into excess, because you don't know what the next 12 months is going to have.
Right.
If the pandemic showed us anything, it is to put some money away, short term, put some money away so that you can have it if need be.
Right, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that. That was very brilliant right there, Saa'dia. I want to make sure everybody understands. You must save portions of your money. I don't care what comes in, you need to save a portion of everything that comes in to you, okay? You'll be very happy later that you did listen to Saa'dia about that. When you say, oh, that rainy day came, now I got 15 umbrellas. I ain't got no rain on my family here,
Try to save at least 10%, so that you can put it to the side. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I get it. Man, I can remember the days when I was there.
Yes,
one paycheck away from being, homeless, right?
Yep.
I knew that I needed all of my money to pay all of my bills as a single parent.
Right.
And it was very important for me to work no matter what the situation and circumstance was.
Yep.
And so because we're aware of that, and we're aware that our labor, the labor market has shrunk those people who are available to work. But right now we have an excess of jobs. So if you want to work, if you want a second job, it is out there. Potentially, if you are vaccinated, then you have more protection. I know some people who aren't vaccinated and they continue to wear their double mask. But this is the time for you to do what you need to do. If you want that second job, it's there. I know the restaurant industry, the food industry is really suffering, warehousing, because they lost a lot of their employees, right? So you go to where the money is, where you can find a job to help you get through these tough times. If it's one thing Americans know how to do, and especially the middle class, is work. We will work. We are strong. We will pull our families through.
Absolutely.
So just continue to keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connections with Miss Saa'dia Douglas, ladies and gentlemen, top CPA on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. And we're just excited about her being with us today. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, she mentioned some key things. We want you to be prepared, right? We don't want you to be off guard. Saa'dia, I was thinking about when you're not prepared, you're stressed out, man. You're yelling at the kids, yelling at the wife or husband. I mean, all that stuff comes about. You're just too much. Your health's impacted. So we don't want you to have to go through that. I think we got enough of that already, right, guys? Last, 14 months or so. We don't need to repeat that. Please don't repeat that. You got to start saving money. You got to start calling CPAs like Saa'dia so you can get information on how to plan. Guess what? If you don't know how to start your planning, Saa'dia can help you with that.
Help you. Yes, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, exactly. Initial planning. Yeah, go ahead. Talk to that.
I think the pandemic put a lot of stress on families.
Oh, man. Ooh, Jesus.
Husband and wives, you're used to that 8 hours, 10 hours a day.
Yes.
Sometimes it's needed. And you had to learn to function 24/7 with your spouse and children. Ooh. That's a lot of togetherness. It's fun at first, and you have to figure out how to keep it going. I'm fortunate enough to be married to an amazing man. And I love when he is home from work. I mean, I work from home, obviously, but I love it because we love enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
And there are lots of parents who, tried to do the virtual school,
Mm-hmm.
had a tough time, stayed with it. But when it really came down to it, it was about money.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the arguments and stress was over money. How are we going to pay our bills?
Right. Right.
Well, in having a plan, I want you to know that when you look at your budget, when you look at your money coming in, your home paying for your rent should not be more than 30% of your income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that still leaves you with money to pay the remaining parts of your bill.
Right.
And
Right.
so if you take the other 30% and you're
Mhm.
paying off all of your monthly bills, whatever,
Yes.
and then you have another 30% because we're living paycheck to paychecks most times. Thank God we don't have student loans to pay right now,
Right.
but you do have other obligations to pay. That
Mm-hmm.
still leaves you 10%. And whether, you know, you may be one that give 10% off the top to the church or your house of worship,
Yeah.
but you still want to try to put money away for you and your family. Encourage your children to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Sit
Yeah.
down with them and say, this is mommy and daddy's budget, or this is
Mhm.
mommy's budget.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how much I make and this is how much we need. Can
Mm.
you come up with an idea?
Yeah.
I have to say that this one area of town that I drive past,
Yes.
there is always a mother sitting on the porch with two little girls selling lemonade for $2 a cup, even during the pandemic. And in this area, there are a lot of walkers at that park,
Yeah.
and they are making money. And there was someone tried to shut them down. Can you imagine saying they didn't have a permit? How mean is that?
Exactly.
And the police came to their aid. So
Exactly.
we must encourage our children to be entrepreneurs. It's summertime.
Yeah.
I know one thing. If I had a teenager around here who was willing to cut the grass,
Yeah.
I'd pay them instead of paying the company.
Right.
Because I would make that decision that a lot of people, they're going to still use their same company. Well, I'm going to help the entrepreneur.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
And so I feel like we have to encourage our children.
Mhm.
I can't tell you, I used to try to get my boys to go out and shovel the snow.
Right.
After
Yeah.
we've done ours, I was out there with them. I love being in the snow.
Yeah.
Go and shovel the snow for some of our elder neighbors.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
my thing is, if they didn't give them money, I was going to give them money.
Absolutely.
And my boys, they resisted that. They're like, "What, mom? It's cold. I'm going in the
I know.
house."
I know.
Back when we were growing up, we would have hustled to get that money.
Absolutely.
Okay. I
Absolutely.
remember back then I used to pay this guy $50 to shovel out our parking spaces.
Wow.
Okay. So my mom, I didn't want her having to go through that. And so
Yeah.
when you
Right.
think about those things, think of ways your children can add money
Yeah.
to your company, okay, to your household.
Yeah.
Think of a way that you can encourage that entrepreneurial spirit, that invention spirit that kids tend to have.
Yeah.
Convert that into a way that they can, make and sell things.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
I think right now, when you look at your budget, be very cognizant of the fact that your budget is not going to be able to handle you going out finally, since the stores are open. Oh, I'm gonna go buy all these clothes. My kids need clothes. I'm gonna buy shoes. We weren't able to eat out. We're gonna go do that. Think about what you can handle right now.
Yeah.
And be realistic.
Mhm.
The kids, they unfortunately don't have anywhere to go.
Right.
They may need some slides or some sandals, but we
Mhm.
parents tend to give more than what they need.
Right.
We overbuy here in America.
Yeah.
That's one thing we do. We oversupply for our children because we don't want them to ever have a need. Well,
Right.
we're heading into summertime. Keep some of that money. Save that money you would have spent on new summer clothes because they don't need it.
Right.
If they've grown out, one thing. If they need a new bathing suit, okay.
Yeah.
But they don't need a whole new summer wardrobe just because the stores are open, right?
Exactly, Saa'dia. That's amazing. Guys, I'll just think it back, Saa'dia, going back, growing up, like you said, we were upstate New York, ladies and gentlemen. We did snow, right? Shovel snow, made some money, raked the leaves in the fall. And then during the other time, we painted. I made a painted during the summertime, paint different things. But they had different programs growing up as, manpower program and all that kind of stuff. But there's no excuse for not making some money, young people. Please get out there and work. And believe me, you'll be happy that you did.
Yes.
I love it.
Great lesson.
Absolutely. And then after you make all that money, you got to see Miss Saa'dia. Guys, you got to go see her right there. When you make all that money, you got to tell you what to do with it, right? So you don't lose it all as well. So ladies and gentlemen, we're on Power Connections with Miss Saa'dia Douglas, ladies and gentlemen, on Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan. Thank you so much. She's an awesome person, but she's also one of the best CPAs on the planet. And if you got a problem with that, you can call me directly. Don't even bother with that. Call me.
I pay him for all of that, guys. I'll get with you after the show, Kevin. Thank you.
Appreciate you. I love, as everybody say, I got my cash app to send you.
There you go. They'll throw a cash app in a second.
Exactly, man. And people don't be playing. I mean, they want it like immediately. I'll keep you on the air. Just do it right now.
Yes.
That's powerful. Hey guys, we're so excited about you being with us today. Our goal really is to help the business person. I think, Saa'dia, 75% of the country is economy is held up by the small to medium-sized business owners. That's powerful when you think about it, Leja. And globally, it's probably even more, right? Maybe with that economy as well. But we want you to be successful. That's why Ms. Saa'dia is on Power Connection. She's our power player for the month, for this month and next month. But ladies and gentlemen, we want you to be successful. But guess what, Saa'dia? There's rules, there's regulations for your money, there's advantages, there's tax advantages, all that little bit. So if you don't mind, Saa'dia, let's talk a little bit about your tax planning and preparation services that you have. Tell us a little bit about that if you don't mind. Thank you.
So within the personal realm, I do partner with my clients throughout the year to help them and aid them in tax planning. Sometimes they may, need a distribution out of their retirement. I make sure that people understand that they're going to pay on top of 10% taxes, 10% penalty. So you have to think, you've got, if you take 1,000, 200 off the top belongs to Uncle Sam. It's not yours. So count that into calculation. And then also there are times when a lot of people are confused about their deductions at work. Because the way the forms are read, they automatically make you count yourself. And unfortunately, in some, when you're in marriage and you don't have children, you don't want to count yourself. You don't want to count your spouse. You want to go big fat zeros to make sure that you don't owe. But people are confused. And I always say, bypass all that and go put a zero.
Gotcha.
And now that they're doing it electronically, it's made it even harder. I had to help my son circumvent to make sure he had a zero down because he's a single male.
Right.
So that's important. And then also we help by giving financial advice during the year. I encourage everyone to turn their side hustle into a legitimate legal business so that you can actually limit your tax liability. A lot of people don't realize the benefit of having a business. So if you have a small business on the side, let's say this year you owe $4,000.
Yes.
Well, if in 2021 you were to have a business on the side, you could potentially, depending on how your business is run, and it started this late in the year, you might run a loss. And by running a loss, it will offset the money you make. Typically, new businesses first, 1 to 3 years, they're struggling, tend to run a loss based on the expenses. You want to also look at from a business point of view that you're spending your money strategically. We are looking for green ways to take care of our business. We don't print as much. That's green. We look at saving, money. Right now, we buy a lot of subscriptions online. And even though we feel like they're getting in our pockets, it makes it so it's less trash. They don't have to dispose of all those things we were purchasing, the discs we were purchasing, and the packaging. So you want to look at how you spend your money. You want to look at how you can make your business more efficient, right? Run a lean machine is what we say. And so you want to, I'm able to help you go in and look at your expenses, look at what's driving your expenses, what's, how you're making your top revenue, earning money, and matching those and going, okay, this is the plan to make you more efficient and keep you being effective within your business.
Amen.
And sometimes, there's business people have a choice between advertising and running their business, but advertising doesn't have to be, in this world of social media, it does not have to be the money hog it used to be. There are so many ideas for advertising on social media. I know that for, if you're a business person who are, struggling with your business, trying to figure out how to make it profitable, well, that's my specialty. Give me a call. I will definitely help you. I have lots of free information I can provide. I have a free book, plus some free business tips that I give out. In addition, I give out free personal tips for creating a budget, avoiding some of the problems with credit that we have, avoiding, having creditors call you at such a terrible time. There is a way to pay off your debt.
Absolutely.
And I can definitely help you with that. I love the smiles on my clients' face when they start seeing their debt is going down.
Yeah.
Now, I do tell us stop shopping.
Yep.
Okay. We don't need another purse. We don't need another pair of shoes.
Right.
We may not need 10 of one of something. We need to bring our scale down because we're going to laser focus on paying our bills off, paying our debt. Amen. So you'll be so proud of yourself. Through the system that I have, we're able to go and help you become financially free. Yeah. So definitely give it a try. Think about where you are. Think about where you've been. You're going to either pay the money later in interest costs to the people you owe, or you're going to pay it up front to me, which will actually save you thousands of dollars in interest. Awesome. My fee is small compared to the interest you would have paid. These companies, they think that it's okay to give you 20, 26, 29% interest. And because you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, you agree. Right. And then you're going to be upside down forever in your car. Yeah. You're never going to get that baby paid off, Nope. And so it's one of the things I'm able to help you is I'm able to help you choose which bills to pay down first. Because you're like, I'm a little overwhelmed. Yeah. I first help you develop a budget, and then we work the plan. Yeah. And I help you be accountable to your plan. Yeah. And on the business side, I do the same thing. I help you develop a budget for your business. We look at, if you've been in existence a few years, your standard cycles. We analyze your environment that you're in now because things have changed. Yeah. And we look at your staff component, and we look to see how can this business be more profitable. Yeah. What can be done differently? And I have, lots of connections. If it's something that's outside of my wheelhouse, I know how to give you the information you need from someone else. Yeah. A lot of times, my clients always came to me and said, I want to invest, but I'm not sure which investment, I'm not taking advantage of the one at work. I don't plan on being there. So I want an investment tool. Yes. And I used to just refer them out to other people. Right. They wouldn't have life insurance. Right. I would refer them out. Yeah. And my clients, when we're talking about their taxes, there's something called a saver's credit. So if you are putting in money outside of your job, this is not a job vehicle. It's not something that's taken out of your paycheck. Okay. It's after tax. You get what's called a saver's credit. And it's a way that the IRS is encouraging you to save money for your retirement. Wow. Because they know Social Security is not going to be there. Right. We have so many baby boomers. Right. By the time my generation is really needing it, it's not going to be there, much less any future, wow. Generation, Z, Y. So it's very important that you look at that now. So after being asked many times, I'm being currently mentored by someone who's very famous, and, ATS Jr., Antonio Smith Jr. has been teaching me. And he always says, listen to your customers. Yes. What is it your customers want? Because what they want is what you supply. Right. And it finally hit me. I should be doing this for my clients because I know them the best. Right. So now I offer life insurance. I offer investment tools, retirement plans, so that my clients don't have to go anywhere else. And they know I have their best interests at heart. Right. A lot of clients I've known for years. I'm very blessed in that my clients refer me to other people. That's one way to grow. You must, as a business, your reputation is how you grow. Absolutely, Saa'dia. How you treat people. Some people will pay more. Like there may be a higher end restaurant that you really like because they treat you really good.
Right.
And your splurge will be there.
Yep.
And so normally money is not the issue. It's how people treat you that is the issue. That is what causes you to move from one place, one CPA to another. And my job right now is to help you. So I am here to help you reach whatever goal you have. Like I said, I have free ebooks. I have free brochures that I send out, just to make sure you can help yourself. I have lots of clients that I partner with, and they just call me, and I'll tell them, text me your question. It's much easier for me to text you something back real quick while I'm in meetings. Instead of, we don't have to have a long conversation. Because most of the time, because I know my clients, I know exactly what they need, what they're asking about, right?
Exactly.
And you just want to make a quick decision, but you're like, let me check with Saa'dia first.
Yeah.
We correspond, I send it out. I can't tell you how many times clients have said, I wish I had met you before now. I never knew that's what I was supposed to do, because at heart, I'm a teacher. I'm a very empathetic person, and I love to teach. And so teaching comes out in my business.
Yes.
And so I want to make sure you understand, I don't want to be the only one with the knowledge. And knowledge is what we're going to need for the next year. Everybody needs to increase their level of knowledge and research so that we can figure out what we need to do going, the next 12 months.
Powerful, Saa'dia. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connection. Now you understand why she's on Power Connections, because she's a power player, ladies and gentlemen, on the network today. Saa'dia, that was powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're going to do a quick commercial break. I want you guys to go to that website right there. Not only go to it, but I want you also to share that out on your network as well, guys, because Saa'dia knows what she's talking about. Saa'dia, wrote some notes down while you were talking here, and we're going to talk. I'm going to ask you a question about credit card and our credit score later. But real quickly, Saa'dia is a wonderful financial coach, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if that's in her portfolio, but she's definitely a financial coach. No doubt about that, ladies and gentlemen. The other area, Saa'dia, that I love that you do as well, you do assessments on the individual needs. That's a powerful area. And Saa'dia, one thing that helped me years ago was that needs analysis sheet. Man, that was so brilliant, Saa'dia. I said, man, when they showed me that, I said, man, that's exactly what we need people to go through, their needs analysis. So you know exactly. And that's where Saa'dia comes in, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have a professional. Now, I'm not saying you're not smart and you can probably figure it out. You may be able to go on YouTube and, like brother Antonio T. Smith said, you're also smart. Y'all probably figure it out if I show it to you real quick,
Right.
So that's so important. But you need some help, guys. You need Saa'dia to help you. You can do all that research, but I would recommend you call Saa'dia as the expert to just make sure you're on the right track. And the reason why I started is because things change, right? The tax codes change, the taxes change.
Every year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know that. I know they change, but I don't have the details, right? So I must call Saa'dia and say, Saa'dia, am I filling this out right before I hit that button to send? And she says, nope, you missed this, another $1,000. And you're going to be happy you did. In fact, you may even give her a raise real quick on her fees. So there's so much that comes out of that. But you're right, Saa'dia, about that. Thank you so much for being that person. But guys, don't do it by yourself. That's all I'm saying here. You've got to call the experts. Get that initial consultation, get that assessment on your needs for your business so you can be successful. And also, too, that you'll be knowledgeable. Guys, you'll be knowledgeable. Saa'dia really works with you on a regular basis, I'm sure, so you understand what she's done for you as well. Right. Not only you paying her, but she'll help you understand why she's doing it and the benefits, and then also the pros and cons, if you will, of doing it a certain way. So I know that just based on being in business for years as well. So Saa'dia is a brilliant mind in that area. So glad. And we thank you guys for listening right now, those listening live. I want you guys to share this out because Saa'dia needs to be all over the planet, ladies and gentlemen.
Share.
That's right. When she starts taking over some countries, they're going to need some CPA help over there too.
That's right.
I love it. But Saa'dia, one thing I love to talk about is our young people. We got to talk about our youth. But guess what? They're falling into some potential traps if they don't listen to us folks. I'm gonna say just me. I'm older than y'all, so we gotta listen. We know a few things, ladies and gentlemen. But let's talk, Saa'dia. Let's talk a little bit about the credit card use and cotton picking credit score. What can you help us with on that? for us today.
You know, it is so good that you brought that up.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
children, my boys are turning 21. I have twins.
Yeah.
They don't know that every credit card offer
Oh,
that comes to the house,
help
I
us,
tear
Saa'dia.
it up. They never see it. I shred that thing.
Help us. That's right.
Yeah, because and thankfully, even though my children are in college and have their
Yeah.
own apartment, I'm like home base for
Yes, ma'am.
mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
They never see it because one thing that the businesses have learned, that banks have learned, and credit card holders have learned is that that credit card will burn a hole in your pocket.
Oh,
You're going to say, I'm going to get it and I'm going to pay it off every month like my mother told me to.
mm,
Next thing you know, it's a choice between you going out with your buddies and paying your credit card. Next thing you know, it's going to be maxed out. And let me tell you,
yeah.
my very first credit card,
Yeah.
why did I get a free credit card in the mail with $1,500 on it right before Christmas?
Yeah.
Here I am in my young 20s, and I am like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going to have a fabulous Christmas.
Exactly.
Man, I was shocked. And people say, you know,
Yeah.
it's not true. No, I did not realize in January when I got that bill and it was maxed out,
Yes, Saa'dia. Yeah.
that meant I had to find a way in my budget to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know, and here I was then with a young child, and you know, I had taken bookkeeping in school, so I knew.
Yeah.
But the reality, you know, all I knew was that I had a credit card. I remember going to the mall, okay, and I was like, oh yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my baby's layaway out. Back then, layaway was in.
Right. Right.
You know, I'm
Exactly.
gonna get her toys. I'm gonna do this, and so we really have to think about it. There was a time that you know colleges actually had the credit card companies coming to these events for students.
Yeah.
Thank God they don't do that now.
Right.
And
Right.
students would rack up credit card debt.
Yeah.
That is so important that we teach our kids, our clients.
Yes.
You know, I always talk to our youth. I don't care where we are. You know, it's something funny. I actually pull my boys play football.
Uh-huh.
So before they all went off to college, I had them all over for dinner. Okay. Right. And my focus was to make sure they had the talk.
Yeah.
We're not getting debt when we're in college.
Right.
We're not getting children while we're in college. We're there to get our degree and to get good grades.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And we, you know, a lot of them have been, we had a protective household, obviously. Senior year, we let our kids do a little more.
Yeah.
But we knew this was the last ditch right here. They were going to go out and experience the world.
Yeah.
You know, and we wanted them to have that experience, but we wanted it safely. Yes. And we didn't want them to destroy their future by doing it.
Right.
So my children knew that they were not getting any credit cards.
Right.
Because once you get them, it is hard to get off of them. It's like chocolate. Yeah, you know, it's like you being addicted to Coke.
Right.
Okay. If you're drinking Coca-Cola, you're a Pepsi person, it's like having to stop that because you love the convenience of whipping out your credit card when you don't have cash.
Right.
So I believe in being a cash basis spender.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why is when I look at the credit report.
Mm-hmm.
So in understanding your credit report, you know, your credit report is broken up into sections and the amount you owe is a whopping 30%. 30% of your score is based on how much money you owe, and payment history is 35. So when you think about it, you're in your 20s, you're new.
Yeah.
So your credit history is not working for you, it's working against you.
Yes.
And so until you truly build up credit, you know, a lot of times, you know, you get out of college, you're like, I want a credit card, or I'm going to go buy my first car on credit. Yeah. No, think about how that's going to play out. You might need a co-signer for your first apartment and your first brand new car.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you look at the length of your credit history, that also plays a 15%. You know, that's real small, but it's there. And, you know, I was surprised. I paid off. I managed to get surprised, amazingly enough.
Right.
Before I sold my last house, I paid off all my debt. Wow. Because, you know, I didn't want to have any debt. Exactly. So I paid it all off. and was surprised that my score dropped 80 to 100 points. I was almost at 850. I'm like, are you kidding?
Mhm.
I took out the home loan. So then I didn't have quite the mix,
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because I didn't have the mix, my credit score went down.
Right. Wow.
But there's one thing I always do is I pick one credit card, the one with the lowest interest,
Yes.
and I use that to pay for my gas. If we go out to eat,
Yeah.
and I pay it off every month. I have it on automatic payment.
I love it.
When that bill hits,
Yeah.
boom, it's paid.
Yeah.
Because I can use your money for 30 days without paying interest.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
Don't get caught on it.
Right.
But that's my method to keep my credit score up.
Yeah.
And so, obviously buying the new house, my credit score is back to a good mix now.
Right.
My credit utilization is enough, it's low. They're just like, they want to give me credit. They're like, we're going to take your credit up. Here's some checks, spend this.
Yeah.
No, you want to be smart about it. You want to have some restraint and some control.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sometimes it's hard.
Yeah,
because
hard.
Amazon, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that, probably the dogs in the neighborhood recognize the Amazon truck. Because Amazon was our friend, delivery was our friend.
Yeah.
And sometimes we would get tired of scrolling social media, maybe powering down for the night.
Yep.
Next thing you know, you're on Amazon. Oh, I've got to buy this. And oh, honey, I think we need this. You're buying all these things, boxes coming to the door every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you want to be careful. You want to pull yourself back in.
Yes.
Because you made a mistake yesterday or last month, it doesn't mean you can't start from fresh now. You can say, I have a clean slate.
Yeah.
I am going to be more controlled. I am going to develop and follow my budget. Mm-hmm. Because not only is my credit important, the amount of credit I have, the length of credit I have. Yes. Because when your credit goes down, it takes 6 months to a year to recover.
Right.
You can't, when people tell you, I promise I'll have your credit fixed in 30 days. No, they won't.
Right.
This is a company that is going to do two things to you. One, they're either going to send in and contest a lot of things for you. And when the company doesn't respond, they'll take it off your credit. It'll appear again because the client is going to, some of them only report 3 months, every 3 months.
Wow.
It's going to pop right back up on your credit. And you're going to say, but I paid them to get that off. It was legit. You can't pay to get something legitimate taken off, right? Mm-hmm. In addition, the credit card company may, and I'm not saying all, but some, mm-hmm. they tell you, well, what we'll do is we're going to take a monthly payment from you, mm-hmm. and we're going to pay your bills for you. We've worked it out with your creditors. No, they haven't. Wow. What has happened is they sent them a letter letting them know they were working with them, mm-hmm. and they send them a small piece of money every month because they have to take their cut regardless.
That's right.
They're not doing it because they're nice.
Right.
And they're paying all these Pauls and Peters a little bit of money when you were doing better on your own. And so I would recommend for you to, talk to someone like me. I do have a process in place to get you out of debt. Yeah. I have, lots of tools that we can use. But at the same time, the internet is your friend. If you say, you know what, this consumer credit company sounds good, review them. Look on the Better Business Bureau, search their name, go through Google reviews to see if you see any negative reviews. Mm-hmm. Okay. I cannot tell you how important that is. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, you are contacted by a company and you're thinking, oh, this would be a great idea. I'll do this. Mm-hmm. Research that company.
Yeah.
And when you look at your credits that you can get on your taxes, mm-hmm. one of them is if you make your home more energy efficient. And so there are companies going around with satellites. They go along and with the solar panels. You can get a credit for the solar panels.
Yeah.
Well, there are rules around that. So you have to make sure that they're not setting you up for this really expensive loan that you're not going to be able to get a credit on your taxes for.
Wow.
Okay. So I just recommend, and my husband knows this about me, when he will mention something, my first question is, what's the review?
Right.
When we're planning our vacation, he knows, look at 4, 4 star, nothing below it.
I love it.
And he knows what's my first question is, what's the review, honey? So
Right,
he comes ready.
right.
He's like, babe, I picked this place. And I'm like, okay, because I feel like, for me personally, when I was going to school, I went to the beach, but I went to the beach on the cheap. My girlfriend and I would go down.
Yeah,
Back then, you could find a room for $50.
right,
And it was like way, way, way off the beach,
right.
but you were in the area.
Yeah.
And so, those kind where you want to float above the sheets, you really don't want to touch down. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So because I've spent my time in the trenches,
Yeah, come on now.
I would love not to do that again.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you want to always look at your credit. You want to look at your bills.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you're looking at vacations, plan vacations.
Yeah.
Put money away every month for the vacation.
Yeah.
Make a jar that you put all your change in if you deal in cash and money.
Yeah.
Put aside money for your vacation and say, okay, well, we've got $700. We're going to put this towards vacation.
Right.
You never know. That $700, something may happen with your car that now it's your emergency fund. And instead of taking a vacation, you're going to do a staycation at home and fix your car.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's always good to have a little bit of emergency funds set aside.
I love it. Oh, Saa'dia, ladies and gentlemen, you understand why we have Saa'dia on. She's our power connector today on the network, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today with Saa'dia, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're going to do a commercial break right there. Y'all need to go to the website right there. Hey, guys, this is so important. Really, we have been through some stuff as far as learning. We've learned a lot of stuff, guys, and we don't want you to go through the potholes. We don't want you to get your little toe blown off because you didn't listen to us, not to go that way. Guys, you got to listen to Saa'dia, guys. Come on, guys. I want you to really call Saa'dia, guys, and say, hey, Saa'dia, I just heard this broadcast. I'm getting ready to start a business. I need to know how to start it right. We don't want you to waste time. Saa'dia, that's probably the biggest thing. You don't want to waste your time. Your time is very, very, very valuable, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of y'all are up to $2,500 an hour. I mean, that's just your time. If I have to pay you to be with you, so you cost so much. So we don't want you to waste time, guys. That's why Saa'dia is on Power Connections, because she doesn't waste your time. She gives you the future. She gives you the present and the past in some cases, so you can correct and be right with your business, guys. This is for the business owner. And Saa'dia, for those who are starting their businesses, you got to start out right. We don't want you to miss a beat. You can miss sales because you don't have your system in place based on what Saa'dia has told you. You got to have that in place, guys. We want you to win. That's really what we want you to do. We want you to win, keep up to date. But guess what? Saa'dia does all that hard work for you because she's certified in this area, ladies and gentlemen. So she keeps you posted. And Saa'dia, that was brilliant because people need to understand that they need to have a CPA in their network and on speed dial, whatever. If you pay her enough, you'll be on speed dial. So we want you to win in that area. That is so powerful. But Saa'dia, we got about 10 more minutes. I want to just let you do what you do. So any closing comments, any takeaways, next steps? I would say, what do you want people to do today, ladies and gentlemen? What do you want, Saa'dia, what do you want folks to do today? Anything you want to say?
My heart is to help people. My heart is to help you achieve financial freedom.
Amen.
And so whether it's with your business or your home, give me a call, 804-349-8600. My number is on the screen right here. You can feel free to give me a call or text me for the free information that I'll send out. I don't mind helping. I will send you out free books and tools to be able to help you understand your next step, to help you get out of the bind that you're in, whether your finances at home kind of are in a bind after COVID. You were doing good, but somebody lost their job. Whether or not it's your business, it's been really lean with the virus, and now people are just getting back out. I have a plan set aside for all of that. How do you recover from COVID? Okay, and it's about your financial recovery. So my hope is that we all be good stewards of our money, because the middle class, we are holding up our economy. Okay, so it's very important that we learn. And even if we screwed up before, it's okay. Forgive yourself first. Okay, start with self-love and self-forgiveness. Acknowledge you can get better, And don't let pride stand in the way. You know, I want to do it on my own, but you don't have to.
Right.
That's what I'm here for. You don't have to.
Nope.
You know, I think I can do my taxes on my own. You know, one of the things I do when people bring their taxes to me is I look over their last 2 years and I point out to them all the deductions they left on the table.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, Saa'dia, that's powerful. Wow.
I had one client this year that left $4,000 on the table because the bookkeeper or tax preparer she was using just was not as knowledgeable in the tax code, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm required to keep my learning and my education up to date. I'm required to know what's legal.
Yes.
And one of the things I want to leave you with, I'm bugging your ear. I want you to dream about this. I need a business.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a business. That's what I want you to dream about.
Yeah.
Because it will be important to your family. It will be important to your finances. Because just don't think, oh, what's only going to make me $10,000 a year? It's going to make you $10,000 a year and put your family in a better position. But you're also able to write off your business expenses.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so the important part for you is, how do I get ahead? You get ahead by becoming your own boss.
Right.
Point blank, period.
Yep.
If you want help to become your own boss, give me a call, 804-349-8600. You know, I have helped so many people do this. And believe it or not, over the last year, I probably built 50 companies.
Yeah.
Because people didn't have their jobs and they said, how am I going to make money?
Right.
I can help you legitimize, create your business, make sure you have the proper licenses in place, because it's not enough just to create the business. You have to do the other end too.
Right. Exactly.
But after that, then come up with a plan for, you know, what's next? What do you do next?
Right.
You know, do you need a website? Do you need electronic business cards?
Right.
I'll tell you one thing my business coach did for me. Created an electronic business card. He also created this Zoom background we have right here, which I love. No matter where I am, I have my business information up. Because when you meet a potential client, you know, we don't do the business cards anymore. You know, we weren't seeing people. However, if I met you over Zoom, I get your number, I shoot you my business card electronically and done. Right. And so we can still network. So I want you to think about becoming your own boss. You can keep your full-time job if you know, because that gives you security, but you never know. If you don't take a chance, if you don't step out and step on the head of fear, kill it. Because you know what? You have nothing to lose but fear. So start thinking about, what kind of business can I have? What kind of business can my kids have? Do a brainstorm with the family and say, what can we do, guys? What are our talents, skills, and abilities? You know, and give me a call, 804-349-8600, and I will help you out.
Absolutely. This is why Saa'dia is on Power Connections, ladies and gentlemen. She's a powerful woman, ladies and gentlemen. She knows what she's talking about. She mentioned about the business model, guys. You gotta do that. Guess what? And you may ask, and Saa'dia can help you even more with this, ladies and gentlemen. You do what your heart has, what is in your heart, whatever's in your heart. You may have something that you always wanted to do. We have to ask you the right questions, right? We'll get the right answer. But whatever's in your heart, ladies and gentlemen, whatever's in your mind.
Work your passion.
Exactly. That's your business right there. But guess what? You got to call Saa'dia. Say, hey, I got an idea. What do I got to do to structure this business in the right manner? And believe me, she will help you get there. On top of that, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Power Connections with Miss Saa'dia Douglas, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted a commercial break again, ladies and gentlemen. Commercial break. Y'all go to the website, please. Not only that, I want you guys to send it out to everybody on the planet, ladies and gentlemen, so you can get that information. So for those business owners that are coming up, guys, we want you to call Saa'dia. For those that have existing business, matter of fact, I'm gonna almost say you may want to fire your current CPA because they ain't doing you no justice. So you may want to do
that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So you may want to ask Saa'dia about this particular last review. Matter of fact, you just show her your last two taxes, tax years, and she'll let you know whether they were doing it right or not. Now, she may tell you to stay with your CPA if they're doing a good job, but if not, and next, come on, see Saa'dia later.
I'll let you know if it's good and you're straight, or if you may want to agree to go back and look at your taxes again, amend them because you got too much money on the table.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, Saa'dia, how many times have you said, "Give me my money"?
I know, my goodness.
Get your money, folks. Get your money. If you earned it and you've done everything right, legal,
It is yours.
to you. That's right. Give it to us, please. We got to do that. Hey, also, too, guys, we love our young people. Young people, please start businesses. I want you to encourage you to do that. Start your own business. I don't care if you're working for somebody. That's great. Do that on the side. Do not mix it. Do it separately. After you get off work, go into your business mode. That's what I did over the years. Go into your business mode, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself the right equipment you need, laptop, desktop, computers, whatever you need to work your business from home, from your apartment, from your flat, whatever you got, guys, in mama's house, in the basement, whatever you got to do. We want you to work your business so you can get to a level that you can enjoy that or full time if you want to do that. Also, two sided, need to be thinking corporate. You need to be thinking, hey, I ain't going to run this business by myself. I'm going to have 25 to 30 employees one day, right? Globally. You can do that as well. Guys, guess what? Saa'dia can help you guys
here. A 5-year, 10-year, 15-year plan. So
absolutely, absolutely. Your goal, and I want you guys to look them up. You can look up Antonio T. Smith Jr. Look him up. Y'all just Google him, and I'll just say that. Y'all figure it out after that. Y'all just Google Antonio T. Smith Jr. and see what you get on that one. I love it. So that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, that we want to get you to your optimum self. We want to get you to your best self. But we also, Saa'dia, we want people to be happy, right? God wants you happy. God saying,
having the joy in your heart to know that your bills are paid.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
Knowing that when you get paid, that money isn't already spent.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's what you want, and that's what we want to achieve.
Absolutely. And Saa'dia, I know this is your spirit as well, to be able to be in a position to pay your next door neighbor's bills if you know about them.
Yes.
Know what I'm saying?
You know, one of the
pay
things
your whole block. I mean, pay the whole block if you want to do that. Pay the whole block's bill. I mean, that's where you want to be.
Woo. It will allow you to be a giving person where your heart may be to give, but your wallet won't let you.
Right.
So, becoming, financially free allows you to give out of the heart you have.
Absolutely. Yeah. Show me the money, folks, and we'll be glad to help you. I love it. Hey, guys, we got to get out of here. Saa'dia, thank you so much for being on Power Connect.
Thank you.
Kevin Vaughan, this is a global network, ladies and gentlemen. We're pushing this out on our YouTube channel. You'll see that more, but we just pushed it out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter is getting ready to go out, if not already. We got it on Nextdoor. We got it on alignable.com. It's going out everywhere. So we hope that you blow Saa'dia's phones up, ladies and gentlemen, and her website up today that it's got to shut down. She got so many customers coming in there for help. So
all right now. Amen.
Isn't that wonderful? So we'll get it back up. But I want you guys to definitely share that information. And also call her, call her for speaking engagements too. She'll do some virtual stuff, I'm sure, for you guys. I'm sure she does some counseling one-on-one initially, so, call her for that as well, guys.
Yes, I'm gonna give my number, 804-349-8600.
Oh, I love it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Hey, we got to go. We got to go make some money, man. Matter of fact, I owe Saa'dia probably a bunch of money right now just for a time. So for sure, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Saa'dia, again, thank you so much on behalf of the network. And we're just excited about what's happening. It's great to work with you as a team partner, team builder as well for the global network that we're a part of. So we thank you so much for your time. Hey, guys.
I hope to come back one day. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome anytime you want to discuss, especially, Saa'dia, seriously though, especially when there's some changes in the tax code or anything you think we need to know about. Yeah, feel free to schedule that with us. No doubt about it. Because we want to make sure you have the right information, the most current information, but also, Saa'dia, we want people to take action on the information. That's a big thing. Yeah, just don't listen to Saa'dia and then don't do nothing, right? That ain't gonna work. So don't do that. Time. Don't waste your time if you're not gonna take the information that you already paid for, even if it's free. If it's the right information, you don't want to not do what she had suggested to you to do. Now, y'all grown people can do what you want, but don't complain when you're broke.
When you're grown.
Don't complain when you're broke. All right. Amen. Well, Saa'dia, thank you so much again. Tell your family hi. Thank you so much for letting you come on today. This has been Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan. You guys have a great day. Hey, as always, remember to outlove, outforgive, and outserve each other. And remember, Jesus is Lord. If you got any issues with that, you call me directly and we'll talk about it with the Holy Ghost. Amen. God bless you. Saa'dia, have a great rest of the day and a great evening. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. God